these next few poems are family poems, and they also sort of interrogate child violence, so content warning for that. This next poem uses borrowed language from a caseworker report prepared by the Bremerton Social Services Offices, what we call the DSHS. It's both an erasure of the report and an expansion of it, and it begins with an epigraph from the report that says, "It was felt then and remains in our opinion now that no one foster family could simultaneously meet the needs of all three of these children." What was said? The caseworker's report sent in triplicate, citing their reasons. For example, the profound physical and emotional needs of these children. Profound, amplifying severity, preamble to the damage, to the repercussions, how the little girl quakes, how her body shakes uncontrollably, meaning unable to contain a stillness that will never inhabit her body, its appearances, what it could be and what it could not be, the body's permanent neurological damage, its state of renunciation, of damage to the brain, to the flow of time, its own kind of forgetting. A partial diagnosis, parietal, a cerebral palsy, or multiple sclerosis-like affliction. The afflicted being those in need, those who require the hand of the state, afraid of their families, of their own bodies, how the boy had become fearful of any amount of water, giver and ender of life, this dream of having his head held down, of somehow breathing that used and tepid bath water, part womb, part hysteria. He'd become hysterical at the mere touch of his arms, legs, or buttocks. Years later, the massage therapist will ask, "Is this scarring from an accident?" And the man will answer, "It happened when I was a child." The child who stared into space, hid behind chairs, who one could easily describe as a vegetable. Conversely, a pile of meat, insensate, unresponsive. It is still his default mode, a body memory of the incredible physical abuse of the past, unable to be held in the mind, like his entire being so meager, so frightened to be noticed, because noticing is recognition, a reckoning, a chain reaction, how he reacted almost violently to kissing or smiling up close with teeth bared. And what does this do to his own smile? That sycophant face he puts on to disguise, the stain of judgment, the lost names, lost histories, the brown-skinned mother swapped for the white-skinned mother, how the report said fearful of his babysitter who was dark-skinned, how the report said problems of tolerating abuse to herself by her husband, how the report said lack of motivation in protecting them from repeated attacks, how the report said we feel there could be other alternatives, we feel there is some doubt about the maturity of the mother.
Hi, my name is Ben Mish. I'm happy to be part of another Bushwick Book Club event. I read the poem entitled What Was Said by Rob Arnold, which was included as part of the 2020 Jack Straw Anthology. And this made me think about the things you experience early on in life that you're trying to still make sense of when you become an adult. And my song is called Blue Jeans and Daydreams. Well, the children laugh and scream in the parks in Calistoga. Water lilies gleam by a restaurant door. Dog barks in stairwells and don't have a light as I stare at a rock in the pond. Saw a man who staked his life to live through the sledge and to make something more. To make a pledge, he was broken and drunk and on a window ledge, and a bridesmaid waved a wand. And I put my foot on the lawn, got my blue jeans and all my My mind, it is trouble, but I hope my soul is clean. Took me back to Hyattsville, far before Manitoba, when I wanted to be chill, feel the barking of Batoga, dropped a few names and heard a distant Dolores, saw Dolores drifting down the lane. She was too soft to hold, you're too young to care, too young to be done with romantic love, too old to share, and the difference between us was lost in the chair as I stared at an overhead plane, and I prayed we were going insane. Got my blue jeans and all my daydreams. My mind, it is trouble, but I hope my soul is clean. Look away, do not drink all the poison, let it swirl down the drain, let a mythic man behold him, let the good life of a golden hill heart try to unfold him before they all go away. And what did you mean, what you said without finality? You weren't through wise, but you knew your mortality would not match the hills when you got to the valley, and you got lost in the spray. And I hope you're still okay. Got my blue dreams and all my daydreams. My mind, it is trouble, but I hope my soul